So today, looking around the market, I see the spot open slightly higher than it closed yesterday. Previous close was around this 425 area. So I kind of want to see what that wants to do. Is it going to start to consolidate and go sideways, or is it going to continue this downwards trend into the 200 moving average, which is at the 418 right now? Oh, I need to go and do that real quick, don't I? I need to stop doing that. Edit. That is one thing I have not done yet. Sports personal. I want to go to trade. Nope, that's not it. Hmm. Not save it in notes or something. So I didn't. All right. Anyway, I see one of the stocks that I traded earlier, FFIE, took a absolute dump. They did a 90 million offering on it, and it dropped all the way down to 179 from like $5 or $2. It closed at $2 yesterday. The day that I traded it was right here. On these 2 days, took a little bit of profit. It just continued to go up. I didn't think it was going to continue to go up on that, but I had already got out. And yeah, closed at 245, opening around 179. So that's a pretty significant drop on that one. Um, Another thing that I've been watching is oil is above 92 today, so that is good for me. Just sitting, rubbing my little hands, letting it go on up. The two low floats plays that I have on oil are INDO and HUSA over here. We saw a little pattern of them. Well, let me go to INDO first. INDO came down here, hit this bottom at right above the $3, and then made a higher low right here at the 3 27. I want to see if this thing starts to trend upwards with oil. But as of now, just in a waiting game. And it's pretty much the same setup on Hustle. Hustle hit 176 support. And then a higher support at 196. So just waiting to see what their reactions are. I would love to see a break back over 225s on Hustle. Of course, I have a smaller size on Hustle because I started entering Hustle later than INDO. I've been entering INDO for months. But yeah, just waiting and watching on INDO and Hustle. The other one, another mover from yesterday was SLNO. SLNO. It got up to during aftermarket up to the 28s, and now it's back down to the 24s. Not exactly 1 million shares traded on it just yet, but had a very strong day. And I wish during the morning time I had a little bit more time to look at this thing. Out here on the daily chart, I mean, this bottom right here that it was trading around, which was the 22s down to like the $20, was that interesting spot. That spot right here. And I actually put the yearly chart back on Street Smart Edge because I like the way that it can just zoom out and show me everything, everything all the way back to 2015. Whereas with TOS over here, when I zoom back, where's SLNO? When I zoom back on this one, I need to start to scroll, right? Scroll, 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 scroll. I like the zoom out feature a little bit better. Let's see. And I don't think they have an actual true zoom out feature. They have this pointer where it kind of puts a little white box and it'll zoom in, but that's not what I'm looking for. But we are coming into October, which is when the Thinkorswim contract ends with TD Ameritrade, and it fully is kind of crossed over to Charles Schwab. So I want to see what kind of changes that they're going to make in this coming month. Also, there's a lot of things happening in October. Student loans opening back up, oil going up. It's about to hopefully get cooler. So we'll see. TQQ. TQQ may come up a little bit today since the SPY looks like it's kind of basing out and slowing down a little bit, but we'll have to see on the open. What is it? CFLT. Confluent unveils data streaming for AI to simplify and accelerate the development of real-time AI applications. That news was on yesterday. Confluent unveils. Okay, so where they closed on yesterday was 28.31. We'll see what happens with that one. It has a nice little average moving range, but it is in a very angled descent into the 200 moving average, which is down here at the 27.75. But we'll keep an eye on it, see what it wants to do. CFLT. Reliable, well, actually, I just left it. So I was looking at CFLT. Of course, I know you like the AI plays and things like this. CFLT coming into this previous, or not previous, coming into this 200 moving average. It had a bottom here of 16 or 1705s, and then what, 19s, maybe a bottom, not too obvious, but it had a little bit of a gap down here around the 25, 26 area. And it is now re-entering the area. And it has two tops here, but they're not exactly double tops, so I wouldn't even call them double tops for a test back up. But, got some nice AI news on yesterday. They unveiled some data for streaming. Says they have Apache Flink, a Confluent cloud, making it easier to build real-time applications with stream processing on a unified platform. Okay, so that's kind of interesting. Let's see, what other news do we have that's recent? Tesla, of course, Elon Musk is always talking about somebody going out of business, and he's not. Um, Tesla price target to 285 from 300. Okay, so they got a price reduction there. Let's see. Tesla boosts supercharger network access. There's just so much random news on Tesla. There's not really one hot thing there, just a whole bunch of news. And FFIE, the one that I traded earlier this week, actually gap down today, 26%. It was another AI play, AI and electric vehicles, I believe. But gap down, so that one is out of commission for now. Reliable called out CRDF. Up 21%, right under the $2. Zoom in and see what we got here. So closed yesterday around the 166. Let's see, CRDF. News on today, morning call. So shutdown looms as the U.S. Senate House take dueling tax on funding. Let's see why. So I don't really see any catalysts here, but it's Cardiff Oncology. Now we know yesterday was a big pharmaceutical day, so I don't know if we're gonna see the same exact things that we saw yesterday. We saw some 500% movers, 400% movers yesterday, so I don't know. We'll have to just watch and see if the medical appliances continue to go. This has got what, positive clinical data on pancreatic cancer and small cell lung cancer. So more cancer type catalyst out here. But the big one from yesterday was SLNO. It was ripping. Yeah. FFIE announced the offering, 90 million offering. Reliable says all I'm saying is over 2. This puppy could rip. We'll watch it. Looking at the daily chart, where is some possible resistance that it could face? Let's see. We zoom back here. It's like it's always got up to this $2. So, it's been getting up to this $2 multiple times. Zoom on back. Actually, let's make this bigger. So this is zooming in. We can see the $2 try all the way across. It got over it, bounced on it. So if it gets over, it probably needs to hold, because we see it come up here and test and fail. Test and fail, test and fail, test and fail. So I'll be trying to see if that thing can hold the 2 maybe, and maybe test out of this range, maybe like 220s or so, 225s. If it can start holding that level, maybe it can do something. Is this a low float? Let's see, CRDF. Yeah, it's a little lower float. It's got 8 million shares traded on it. Average true range right now of 12 cents. Our vol has not been calculated just yet. Let's look out here. CRDF profile. Biotechnology, United States. Okay, Cardiff Oncology Inc., a clinical stage biotechnology company, develops novel therapies to treat various cancers in California. Its lead drug candidate is onvansertib, an oral selective uh, polo-like kinase 1 inhibitor. Gee whiz. But they also have some keywords out here like pancreatic cancer, metastatic pancreatic cancer, negative or triple negative breast cancer, small cell lung cancer. They got a bunch of keywords in there, so yeah, it could definitely rip with all those keywords being in there once the AI gets a hold to it, if it already hasn't. MLKN is a continuation play. MLKN hit this spot of around the $20 twice here, testing there. Coming back into this gap. And what's the price right now? 19 MLKN. Price is 23. So yeah, it popped up quite a bit. Average true range right now is 69 cents. Does it have news on the day? Miller Knoll shares are trading higher after company announced better than expected Q1. So this is an earnings play. Earnings beat. Yeah. Bunch of news about beating earnings or expected earnings. LKN. Oil going on up to, I'm trying to see if it's going to hold up that 92.50 for us. That'll be sweet. Of course, the average daily volume, or the average daily volume year to date for CRDF is only 353,000. So it is definitely gonna have some high R vol coming out of there, high relative volume. Um, and actually, just about all of these. Let's see, this one, CFLT. Its average was around 4 million, so it's not even close to that. Um, SLNO still over its average, kind of dumping down 11% there. We got about 10 minutes to the open. MLKN still under its average for the year, which is 644,000. Hustle, INDO, we'll see. Hustle and INDO are my low float oil plays as oil continues to try to get up. But I think we're watching everything that needs to be watched right now. Reliable says AGRI has solid consolidation over the last 8 days. If it can fill the 1316 gap and hold 13, I wouldn't be surprised to see a 20 test. He said I will be playing that level 2 on, or that $2 level on CRDF. Hump Day, Wednesday. Let's see what happens here on Hump Day. 8 minutes until the open. We got a couple of watchers. If anybody else has anything that they're watching, definitely throw it in the chat and we'll take a look at it. But, you know, as of now, watching to see what happens. What will live and what will die. ENPH, yep, that's another energy play. Looks like it has come down to what? This looks like a 113-ish, bottom-ish. We draw support across here. We can see that it has definitely been tested around this level that it is currently sitting at. So a couple of interesting callouts by Reliable. And we'll see where those go from there. Six minutes into the open. It's about to get nasty. I don't know why I had my mic pointed away from me. Now it's actually pointed towards me. If I was sounding like I was far away. Also, Reliable, if you're gonna be streaming today, go ahead and drop that in the chat so I'll know towards the end of the stream if you're gonna be streaming today. You ain't gotta put nothing but streaming. Just put in there streaming so I know. Go ahead and clean off FFIE. Pretty sure it's just gonna continue to go down anyway. Oh yes, the countdown. The beautiful, beautiful countdown before the open. Good morning, Lori. We are out here watching watching a couple of callouts by Reliable. We are watching oil continue to blast through the 9250s. Love it. We're watching a couple of the callouts by Reliable were CRDF, MLKN, ENPH off of that bottom around that 120 level, and Agri, AGRI. And then Donnell also called out PIXY and GLTO. I did not see that. Let me put those up there. PIXY and GLTO. Okay, Pixie definitely up 200% there. Yeah, I think I got them all. So Pixie continuing to push. 38 million shares traded on Pixie. Good morning, One Life. Let me see. Pixie. Now we saw this thing ripping. What was it? Was it? Somebody had called this out. I think it was Muhammad in the Discord the other day after market. But this thing is definitely moving up. It's $1.30 though. Don't know if it'll get the range that we like. And then he also called out GLTO up 27%. So a couple of gainers on the charts today. Oh man, I want to see oil just hold over. I want to see oil just go ahead and rip through 93. And the reason that I'm talking about oil, and I keep talking about oil, is this level right here that we were watching like months ago, right here, is about to get tested. This 93, 94-ish level. And I want to see, can this thing absolutely destroy this level at the 94s? Now, because I got a couple of oil plays. I got oil dividend stocks, oil low floats, oil mid floats. Got all kinds of oil stuff. So just seeing what it wants to do. And I was, most of the stuff I actually bought when it was down here at the 67s. It's just been a straight up explosion coming into the winter months. I actually started buying right before May was when I started buying. And now here we are in September, looking beautiful. But we have 1 minute to the open. We'll watch Pixie out of the open. It's up 200%. We'll see if it gets any kind of horrible treatment here. Let me see what kind of news was on Pixie. Pixie news. Shift Pixie shares are trading higher. Company announced a reverse stock split. 1-for-24 split on this one. All right, so things are open now. Let's see how active they get, and I'll, of course, continue to watch the things that are going green. MLK definitely going up. That was a call out by Reliable. Up 4% out of the open, right off the rip. CRDF was another call out by him. He was looking for that $2 breakout here. We look on the daily chart, that $2 is a level of resistance that we can see back across the chart. So he was looking for this thing to probably break and hold the 2. Let's see what else we got here. Got in 193 entry on CRDF. Looking for that thing to get up and get going. Also, Reliable called out Enphase, ENPH, which is another energy play. Stopping right there at the 120s. And of course, we have a couple of known touch points back here as well on this one. Tested it here, 2, 3, didn't quite get to it, and then all the way over here with the 4. So Could be something to watch. MLKN still needs some more volume. SLNO was a mover from yesterday, taking his sweet time. CFLT, this was an AI play. I really don't see any super obvious levels, but I mean it's been around this 25 level a couple of times. Popped down to the 28.68s. I don't know which way it wants to go though. Pixie, we got on Pixie. Pixie hit a high of 136. See if it can hold green on the day, continue to show red. We'll see what happens. CRFD down to 186. So it got that test on the $2. It's going to have to prove that it can hold that though. CFLT exploding up. The SPY got up to a high of 427. And oil still has not completely broken over the 92.50s. Waiting on that. Reliable, I think you're going to get another chance on CRDF. It just needs some time. These are the first minutes. So the low that it hit here was what, 185? You may get another chance on that one. INDO popped up here to the 360s. Wonder will it get any buying pressure there. Hustle not showing the exact same sentiment. It did pop up a little bit. MLKN showing a top of 2508, which is a very weird number to get stopped at. Just a slight break of the 25 and then a pullback. Then CFLT looking to break out here of the 29s on that AI play. We're getting a couple of things added over here to the watch list. I see Rivian is moving around, jumping around in there. IMVT was a mover from yesterday as well. IONQ, no news on that one. So they raised the price targets of IMVT to $50, but there's no real news there. But this was a biopharmaceutical company that was moving yesterday. A little bit higher float as well. I think it was like 55 million on that one for the float. I'll have to go and verify that. Amazon, Apple, QQQ, Google, TLT. What is Rivian out here doing, man? Rivian tried to go down, came down to the 22.16 and it's looking back upward. Overall trend is a downtrend though. MNG Business, what's up? What's up? You say he trades low floats. Nice. Looking for some low floats to get active with some range. That would be dope. But as of now, we're seeing a whole lot of the higher floats moving. But IMVT may be one to watch though. IMVT, 55 million. Information. Let's see what has catalyst here. Cloudflare. That's Nvidia. Nah. But Rivian. AMD. Did Rivian have something today? CEO Scaringe thinks it's great that Tesla type Cybertruck exists, but there's not a lot of overlap with customers. Okay. TLT continues to dump. That's a dividend stock, but I want to see this thing continue to dump. I think it still has some room down before I try to do anything with that. Pays that nice monthly dividend. SPY continued to show red. I thought it was going to trade sideways a little bit here, but still showing red in this downtrend. Amazon and then Tesla. All right, let's flip back over. All right, so PIXC didn't move much out of the open. Only moved like maybe 2 or 3 cents. Does not have a huge ATR. ATR of only 12 cents, so at best 12 cents. CRDF still holding around this 188. GLTO not looking great. Had a gap down, gapped up, and I don't know if it has the catalyst or anything to try to hold up. Not on today, doesn't look like. They just announced plans to explore strategic alternatives. What does that even mean? Company announced plans to explore strategic alternatives. Anyway, yeah, I don't know if that one's going to be the one. CRDF trying to pull back up here. And this is what I was talking about, reliable. You may get another chance. You just kind of entered right off the rip. But it's coming back up to these 190s. Maybe it'll be able to go ahead and break that too for you. PIXC taking souls to the downside, down 5% out of the open. Hustle coming on back up. Nice. Hopefully INDO follows that and they go ahead and get back over. This one just needs to get over 210 and INDO is still pretty good where it is. Made this nice little higher low and bouncing out of this higher low. I was adding to this one yesterday. Of course, I've been adding to this one for months. And just picking up more and more around that 350 level. IMVT, very poppy stock up here. Does have 1 million shares traded, but it is all over the place. What is TNA? TNA, what is this thing? Looks like ENPH tried to get up a little bit, tested this top of 120.74 and pulled back to the 120.25s. Let me go and see what this TNA is. And do they have any kind of good news? TNA hit a bottom down here of the 27.79s. Okay, and it has been tested a couple of times around this 27-ish level. Let me go see what kind of company this is. Direction daily small cap 3. Oh, this is a is this an ETF? No. Okay, so that is a Direction fund, trading leveraged equity. So may not be the one for a scalp. ENPH coming off of those 120s, getting a little buying pressure there. SLNO in the middle of the previous candle, very indecisive. I don't really know which way it wants to go. IMVT. Well, we're keeping our eyes open, looking around, trying not to get scraped off. So this PIXC hit a bottom Previous low was 118. Hit that bottom and found a little bit of a bounce on that. Somebody's real brave buying that little bounce. It bounced from 118 back up to the 25s almost. So a little bit of win, but overall picture looking nice and red. We'll see how it holds the 120s. CRDF coming back up to that $2 level that we were talking about, up 19%, 11 million shares traded on it. IMVT breaking out of this 42, going a little bit higher. There was a lot of biopharmaceutical companies moving this week. I mean, a lot. And I'm like, I don't know. You know about them. Okay. What is IONQ? IONQ. IONQ took a little bit of a push up there. Got a million shares traded. Has been beat down for quite a while. And trying to do a breakout here of the 1370s. A little bit higher float on that one though. This is a computer hardware company out of the United States. IonQ Inc. engages in the development, general purpose quantum computing systems in United States. It sells access to quantum computers, various qubit capacities. The company makes access to its quantum computers through cloud platforms such as AWS, Amazon Blanket, Microsoft Azure Quantum, Google Cloud Marketplace, as well as through its cloud service. So quantum computing is its main stake. Definitely keep that one on watch. SE. Did I see SE earlier this week? It's still pumping up. All right, so let's check out what the SPY is doing as well. SPY is just in indecision right here in the middle of the bar, just like we saw on SLNO. Just a little bit of indecision, but the overall trend is downward. Pixie getting closer and closer to that 120 breakdown. CRDF, just a middle of the road mover here, right under the $2 for that break. So I guess a little bit of patience is needed for that one if it's going to do anything. What is the dividend that TNA pays? I want to go and look at that. TNA. Does it not know TNA? Oh boy. Shares, daily range, dividend 2 cents. No way. No way. 2 cents for a $28 stock? No way. Maybe they're talking about increase, decrease, right? Oh my gosh, it is 2 cents. Wow. Well, never mind on that one. Ain't paying up $28 for no 2 cent dividend. All right, CRDF going on down there. Pixie continued to test this bottom right at the 119s. IONQ continuing to press upward. Oil is slowly holding up those 92.50s, very slowly. Just back and forth over and under the 50. Pixie trying to get back up to this top side 130s. High was the 136, which it is almost testing. Up 200 something percent. Looking like it's going to do a little bit of breakout. But with this very small range, only what, a 1 cent range there. The previous bottom was 120. All right, so I'm gonna start cleaning off some of this. I'll come back and watch INDO and Hustler some other time. Let them play out. Probably add to them next week. There's the push, 137, 1 cent breakout. Wow. 1 cent breakout, and immediately rejecting back to the 120s. That was bad. That's one of those breakouts you do not want to be a part of. SPY is also dumping at the same time, showing a little bit more red. Still very small indecisive count on the daily, but on the 15-minute, we'll see if it starts to break down the 426 and go ahead and get through the 425s down there. Overall, looking bearish on the day. Look over here at the NQ real quick. MNG said he's on Pixie right now. Halted down. Yep. Abusive stock, man. That's an abusive stock right there. Somebody's going to be missing some shoestrings. Maybe a box of cereal. We'll see. Oil getting a little bit weaker under the 1950s. Looking over here at the scanner so far. Leading the way is IMVT, and what I mean by leading the way, I mean leading the way by volume and by range and by relative volume. So looking at everything, if it doesn't have range, it's just like pointless to look at unless you're doing some kind of longer term trade. But IMVT getting up there to almost what, 43.50s. I cannot believe they have a $28 stock paying a 2 cent dividend. Like, bruh. FFIE came back up to the $2, but that one's super weak. Apple launching downwards. SPY still downwards. What does NQ look like? So basically basically tested this top here of the 15, what is this? 15,624. It tested and made a lower low under that level. Interesting. If any of you guys are in Pixie and you got caught in that halt, this is definitely, it's one of those things that sometimes stocks this cheap don't move a whole lot, and it could be a good thing in your favor. But sometimes when it comes to a halt, you never know where it's going to open up. So I would just be prepared to manage the risk once it does open up, because right now it's just a guessing game, right? Did a reverse split and all of that, and wow, CRDF came down a lot off of that $2 level. Glad you stopped out of that one, Reliable. Wow, ENPH pushing up now, so this is the one that's actually pushing up. 21s has a bottom here of the 117s, but does not have a whole lot of volume behind that name. CFLT, nice red. Looking for low floats that are not just getting active, but are strong on a day with range. They really don't need a specific catalyst. We can trade technicals, but yeah, just not really seeing the low floats get active today like that. Well, they're getting active, but not in the way that we want. ENPH. Was this 117 bottom? Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I'm gonna stay away from that one because the volume's not there. It's the only thing keeping me out of that one. Because I would look to swing that one. I wouldn't be trying to day trade that one. IONQ continuing to push up as well. Hit a high of 1385. But yeah. I really wanted to see Pixie come out of this halt. Trade halt, Pixie. 950 should have opened up at, okay, 955.20 should be opening up. Yeah, opened up and taking a little bit of a tumble down to the 120s. Will it continue through this 120? Looks like some kind of buying is coming in there. But out of a halt, this is a lower open. So lower open sometimes means that it's going to go lower, but not all the time. We look at the overall candle formations, though. This candle, this one, let's see, how much is this? 131 up to the 137. 115 down to the 109s. About equal distance on those wicks. I guess the question would be, you could get hopeful and be like, okay, this thing's going to hold up to 110, but 110 is kind of like, is that a number that can actually hold? Is that an obvious level back here somewhere? And I'm not seeing that as an obvious level anywhere there. So I don't know about that one. SLNO pulling back to the 24s for a test. So One Life says he's still holding his PLTR swing trading off the weekly chart. PLTR. Is that Palantir? Oh yeah. Beautiful. Then came up, hit this triple bottom at what, the 1359. Just continues to show bullish behavior on the breakouts. So it broke out here, 1697 all the way up to the 20s. So I guess the question would be what another break of the 1650s would look like. But it's definitely looking bullish right now. All right. Anyway, I will continue to look around on the day. If I see something, I'll definitely drop it in the Discord. But I'm about to go ahead and get to this morning meeting. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Let me actually read some of these, look back through these chats real quick. What I missed. Okay, Ben was in here. Halted pump and dump. Pixie 600 shares. Last time you killed it. Okay. FSR has my attention. What is FSR? FSR getting a little bit of a pullback there. Let's see. Any other call outs? 250K on ENPH, 30 million in liquidity. I'd also say ENPH is a long for me, not a swing. Got it. Okay. Looking at Ben for at close potential swing, BEN. Ben. Okay, yeah, it's coming right into the 24 level. And that level has been played around with a couple of times here. Let's see if we can see a range, though. It has a range from what? If it does break structure today into these 22s, it could see a little bit of a pullback up there to retest this 24. But below that, let's see, down right below the 20s. Couple of, oh wow, look at it. This is even more obvious. These are big levels over a couple of years. $15, that's this was in 2009. So I don't know where it wants to go. But definitely has a level above that. But this has been tested, what, 3 times around here? The 15, 15, 15. So I don't even know what kind of stock that is. But anyway, I'm about to get into this. One Life says he preferred the 24. Yeah, if it can get to 24, that would be optimal, or a little bit below the 24. But let me see what kind of stock that is. Franklin Resources, asset management. Ooh, do they pay a dividend? Wait a minute. This is a dividend stock? They do. They pay a 4.93 dividend, annual dividend of 120. Forget all that trying to trade ranges. They pay a dividend. I'm trying to get in and hold. Okay, so this one's been trading since 1995. Started off 10 cents, went down to 5, and has been growing, 21 cents. See, Reliable, he doesn't like dividends. He says he wants companies to cut dividends so they can raise up. I'm like, forget that. Let me get paid. Let me get paid. What is this? A quarterly dividend of 30 cents? Okay. Dividend yield 4.93. Nice, nice, nice. I will definitely. It's $24. Yep. Okay, okay. That's definitely going on the dividend watch here. But I got to get to this meeting. But appreciate that call out. I like them dividend stocks. That's a nice one. All right, but yeah, I'm about to get out of here. Appreciate you guys once again for tuning in. Um, we are building up a crazy dividend portfolio out here. You know, getting real active on the dividend side, and the dividends are definitely paying off. Um, let's see. Reliable says depends on the company. LOL. Don't twist the words. Well, every time we talk about dividends, you be like, man, I hope they cut these dividends. I hope they cut these dividends. So I don't know. But all right, I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. I'll be back Friday. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Peace.